Final best of 3 series in Group D. Final best of 3 series in the first group stage of the Nations Cup, actually, here at the European Qualifier. We have Garden of Terror, the first map between Denmark and the UK. Okay, let's see what they can pull off here. Crosby playing once again. This is the battle for 3rd and 4th place in the group. Now, again, only 2 teams move out of each group, but there's always a chance, we had it actually already happen, that a team is not able to continue in the tournament for whatever reason and has to pull out, and then we are going to determine the best 3rd place. So if we need to do that, it's still important that we play all of the groups out here. And we'll see which one of those 2 is going to make it in 3rd and 4th place for now. In this particular group, we had the Swedish team take the first spot with, I want to say, with ease. They played incredibly well. Strong performance from the Swedish team, as you would expect. 6 maps to 0. And second came the Ukrainians, so we have already a pretty good idea who's at least supposed to advance to the next round of the tournament, where we have a full round robin between the 8 teams that advanced. And it's pretty much an entire season that we're playing out. It's going to be awesome. And the best 4 teams, they make it to the offline event in Berlin, and the 10th and 11th of June. We're going to have a North American team also representing NA, and 1 team that is going to represent the Asian server. It's going to be awesome. International Heroes of the Storm event. Again, if you want to watch it, if you want to check it out, make sure that you check the links that are in the description. There's also some information about the Experian, which is the venue that we're partnered with for the event. You can find the link to their website and also to their social media accounts if you want to have any idea of their of the location. Just get a bit of a look at the venue itself and also see some of the events that they've hosted in the past. So definitely a good thing if you're planning to come to Berlin, spend the weekend there, maybe watch some Heroes of the Storm. It's gonna be great. But we get Garden of Terror, and we have immediately Crosby on Zagara. Okay, and Chiazeka with Hanzo. Let's see if he swaps that out later, or if they're gonna stick it with those rolls. Junkrat, Jojo, and Blaze on the other side, though. And Genji gets the axe, and gets Ban, gets the hammer. Okay. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Crosby can pull off this time. It's been really a blast from the past and a lot of nostalgia seeing him in these games again. The former HTC player. They weren't able to take down the Ukrainian team. They made such a strong case, though, on Tomb of Spider Queen, the first map that they played against them in that series. But right now they are fighting for 3rd place in the group. So, we have the double pick here in Garden, with Hanzo taken, Mal'Ganis for the tank, and I suppose we're gonna get a support next. Yeah, it's Rhaegar. Rhaegar's still the top choice when it comes to supports on this map. Helps you a lot with the clear on camps and minion waves, gets the lightning shield out there, so highly successful, highly useful. But the double pick on the UK team, let's see what we're gonna get. I would have loved for them, by the way, to play on Braxis. The amount of Brexit jokes that I could have pulled with this would have been just glorious, but it got banned every single time. But having them on Braxis would have been a dream come true. We don't get that, though. We get Vala and we get Malfurion. And the insta-pick for Baby Houdini on the Gas Lord. Here we go. Game number 1, everybody, in the best of 3 series. Zagara Gazlo against the UK. Let's go, everybody.
Battle begins shortly.
Game number 1, the legend for Denmark on Rhaegar. We have Baby Houdini on Gazlo, Chinatown on Mal'Ganis, Chiazeka with a soy boy account on Hanzo. This is perfect, by the way. Hanzo is a soy boy. I've been saying it for years. Now we have proof. The hipster beard and all of that has always been a strong indicator, and now we finally have proof. Soy boy confirmed. Crosby playing Zagara, and on the right side it is the UK with Lexa on Malfurion, Lucas on Vala, Captain Barney on Blaze, Siegfried on Jojo, and Mustard is playing Junkrat. Auto attack build for Vala. So, yep, she's coming in, swinging with the auto attacks, trying to get the damage out. And of course, trying to maintain also her Gambit stacks, that extra attack speed that she gets once she picks the talent. Doesn't really have a lot of support here with this though, so obviously you can still play this style, but if you have a second support next to you, and sorry, not a second support, if you have a second damage healer next to you and you don't have a double support that provides for you in these team fights, then you have to be either okay with dying once or twice, or you have to be okay with getting less stacks on your level 1. Nice attack against Crosby at the top. Zagara gets bumped around a little bit, but they're not able to get a kill here. So, yeah, not just yet. I'm curious to see how much of... well, they are starting to take... I think that was an accident, actually. I was about to say, I want to see how much they're focusing these creep tumors, because this is still one of the most important things when you're going up against a Zagara player, that you're dealing with the creep spread as much as you can. If you don't do that, then you are likely going to find yourself in a pretty bad position as the game continues. Just simply because of the fact that there is, yeah, I mean, again, there's like tons and tons of vision that you can provide with Zagara if your opponent isn't diligent about this. So, yeah, it's like legal map hack. If you're going full J-Dong on the opponent, then they are definitely going to be in trouble. But of course, there's a lot of tools that they have. They have Malfurion with Moonfire. They have Jojo. I mean, the amount of tools that they have in their kit in order to destroy these creep tumors is pretty crazy. So down to the bottom of the map, a little bit of damage already being done over here. We by now have also on level 4 some extra damage with the serrated spines for Zagara. Crosby is trying to stack this up for even more damage. Normally something that takes a really, really long time to get you to a level where you get proper auto attack damage out, but if this is going to end up in a late game scenario, then they might just be able to capitalize on this properly. Currently Zagara with Gaslow, the dream team! The dream team up at the top lane, doing their thing here, whereas down to the bottom there's still some pressure happening. Yeah, of course, camps have been taken all over the place now, and the first seed is now also up. Somebody needs to deal with these siege giants in the middle of the map, though, and that's what they're currently attempting to do. So as you can tell, up at the top, Zagara again attacked. There's some slows and some extra hits for Vala, who's sitting at only 10 stacks. So yeah, she's playing it a bit safer than you normally would if you had 2 supports to protect you. Rotation towards the top from Chinatown could already indicate that they are trying to give Zagara a bit of an assist, but nobody else is making his way over here just yet. But so far, so good. Blaze missing the stun. But it's a bit of a slower start into the game. We had a lot of very aggressive games played in Group D, but this one, everybody is just trying to play it a bit slower, play it a bit safer, test the waters here, see what they can pull off. But the first kill seems to be happening here in the middle against Gaslow. Baby Houdini gets caught and killed. That provides level 7 for the red team. The UK with first blood. So yeah, good for them. Good job. At the top, Zagara still running out of mana. So I'm actually a little bit curious if Crosby is at some point considering going into Nidus. Normally, it's of course all about the more. But there is a chance that we're going to get some Nidus action in this game, considering that it is one of the biggest maps in the pool. Actually, in this particular tournament pool, it is the biggest map. So that might make the difference here for them. Attacks keep coming. They're still trying to play around the seed point here. Vala getting attacked right away. They're trying to get the kill. Lucas! And there it is. Kill number 1 for the blue team. They take Vala down and remove 5% of the attack speed on her. But they're not stopping with Vala. They go for Junkrat and they take him down too. Chinatown has to jump out. Gaslow, by the way, is down at the bottom of the map, very much alone, and is currently just trying to destroy the fort here. So he's not even part of the fight up at the top. He's just sitting there saying, okay, boys, if you distract them, I will get structural damage done. I'm gonna do my thing, don't you worry, it's going to be glorious. And yeah, he's doing exactly that. Says they are aiming for the seed. Gaslow now has to deal with Vala. Lucas gets some attacks in. Won't be able to get the kill. Spray game. Really themed. I like it. So properly themed around Gaslow. But that fort has, of course, taken a beating. No one's down to 20% of its HP. Not looking too good. Zagara with 39 stacks on the serrated spines on her level 4. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get those numbers up. Interestingly enough, she has a lot more hits there than Vala has on her own level 1. So yeah, Crosby doing pretty okay with this. Looking very okay, actually. Damage output, again, before level 10, obviously, just not really the best indicator, but just to give you guys a bit of an idea where we're headed. We have Zagara with 16,000, Hanzo with 14k, and nobody on the side of the red team is making it past 10,000 just now. Malfurion, talking about damage and talking about kills, he's getting dropped and they're diving past this keep without any problem. More is in. Level 10 abilities allow them to be hyper-aggressive. The arrow straight up with another kill. Zagara kills Blaze, they kill Jojo, 5 kills to 1, and it is a bloodbath up here. Cam's pushing in from all sides. Junkrat is also getting crushed. Vala is down at the bottom of the map with the pew 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 against the Siege Giants. She figured out very quickly that it's much easier to go against mercenary camps than it is to go against opponents' heroes. They do a lot less damage, so that keeps her in play. But yeah, they just lost way too many heroes up at the top. Entire level behind now, and of course things are looking very, very good for the team in blue. Yeah, as it stands, Denmark, they are doing a great job also on the objective for the first seed that they have, because they will likely lock in the second one. It spawns in a perfect position, they're generally ahead against the opponent. If they get Garden Terrors first, they could use a lead in experience and maybe even talents to move this forward very quickly. Zagara is by now at 52 stacks for her level 4. And honestly, if this continues at pace and Crosby is able to do just so much damage in these team fights and just be aggressive with his positioning, then Zagara is going to do an enormous amount of auto attack damage as the game continues. Currently, she's of course doing a lot with the Hydralisk with all the other tools that she has available to herself, but the auto attack damage will ramp up eventually and could become a very big nuisance for the frontliners on the side of the UK. Damage output for her is at 21,000, so she's even higher damage than Hanzo. Talking Hanzo! Whoa! Big hit, big damage, big combo! Gravity Lab is coming in, the Gravity Bomb, and they take Malfurion down again. There's a lot of ults that they just burned for this thing though, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. But it's a lot of ults that got used in that encounter, just get a single kill. Obviously the idea was to also take down Jojo, but they weren't able to eliminate her either. Blessed Shield, yeah, couldn't have done anything there as well. 2 of the forts are now down. Top fort got destroyed earlier, of course, but now we have the bottom fort eliminated. In the middle, they're hoping to get the third one, as Gazlo has broken through the wall already. Not too bad. Yeah. 7 kills to 1. Level 13 Talons now also gave us the Hydralisk transfusion. Zagara with more and more damage as the game continues here, and now they're making a bit of a play in the middle with the bot lane getting pressured by a camp. So it's not only the pressure that they're setting up here against the fort and the opponent's team, but at the same time the red team has to account for that push power that comes through the map control that the blue team has. And Denmark is getting free value down here as the fight continues in the middle. Oh, the Maw and the Gravel Bomb, not perfectly connected, but not too bad either. They get kills on Vala and on Malfurion with a follow-up on Blaze. 10 kills to 1. Bot lane value continued thanks to the camp. They're going for the fort, and with 2 seats to their name, they can now grab the third one and start with their Garden Terrors. And they will. The UK in real trouble. They're 2 levels behind. At least they have level 13 talents for the defense, because they will need it. They need something. They've lost all their forts. The outer ring of defense is fully gone, and now with Garden Terror spawning, if Denmark plays this aggressively, they might just be able to take one of the keeps down too. Crosby, 77 stacks. Level 16 will of course be great for them. They soaked a bit of extra experience on the lanes before they all moved into the middle to push through with this. One more minion wave is all that they need in a few of the structures, and there it is. Level 16 is ready. That gives Zagara the corrosive saliva, and it gives the Earth Grasp Totem over to Rhaegar. Big upgrades for them. Big arrow once again too. The Ancestral, not too shabby either, but I think he's still gonna fall. Melgalus is indeed dead, but they get 1 kill. They get 2 kills, and they are hoping even for the third as a counter. Doesn't quite work, or does it now? Because Blaze nearly got Hanzo there. Malfurion was also in trouble for just a second, but as they are attacking the middle, down at the bottom, the Garden Terror has done additional damage to the keep. Now, they haven't destroyed the entire thing yet, but of course, they're playing the UK to the wall here. Absolutely. They can't get out of their base anymore. They're pinned down. 12 kills to 2-level lead, and that's the end of Blaze. And it will also spell out the end of the first key of the game. 13 kills to 2 now. Damage output, at this point, we got Hanzo with an easy 39,000. Junkrat is at 29k, and yeah, disaster just strikes. Denmark, they did well in the previous games. They weren't able to lock in a map victory yet, but particularly against Ukraine, they did well. They just were so close of winning the first map, and it could really have changed the entire dynamic of the best-of-3 series that they played against Ukraine. But here, they're trying to at least win this series to close out the group. So now we have another pressure play for the bot lane with Siege Giants that they just took. If you look at the minimap, you can also see that Zagara has still a lot of creep tumors around the map that she can utilize to just get some extra vision and see where the opponent is moving once that they have to retreat. But the question is, will they even have to? Because now they are pressuring the bot lane out and are still making it nearly impossible for the red team. Ah, the Blessed Shield. Making nearly impossible for them to move out, and they tried to move out with that Blessed Shield. It missed out though. Now we're having another play. There's the move, but it gets denied with the bunker. Nice attempt at a Maw and grab a bomb combo, but it backfired. Vala only at 95 stacks on her level 1. Zagara at 84. The party continues with a kill on Jojo and Blaze. The entire front line is gone now, and this keep is getting further exposed. It's gonna fall 100%. With 15 kills to 2 and a 5 versus 3 situation on the map, there's just absolutely no way for them to do anything about it. Junkrat is a bit suicidal over here. He's apparently able to make it out. Yeah, jumps away from Rhaegar before he gets close enough to seal the deal and get the last bite. But now they're moving towards the top. So all of... yeah, dude, you really gotta retreat. You gotta get away from this one. Even with all of the heal that was pushed on him, he just decided that it's time to go back to the Nexus for just a second before Stray Hanzo Arrow all of a sudden finds its target and takes him down. So they're trying to take the keeps down. There's still plenty of camps to be had that can help them with that. And they go for Siege Giants and also for the Bruiser camp. Closing in on level 20 will of course help them more. But it is an attempt by the red team to maybe force a fight, get some experience, and see if they can get close enough to lock in a kill or two, because they need something. They need to close this gap somehow. Even just a little bit would help, but it is tricky enough as is for them. And of course, now with the camps taken, we have Siege Giants immediately up at the top, so that's already an issue. There's one seed to be grabbed. They already have one, so maybe they got a chance to go slowly and steadily towards their first objective. But given that Zagara can just always move in here and drop the last keep, the lane pressure alone is going to wreck them eventually. Junkrat is moving top, so does Blaze, but both of them are already late, and that means that this thing is down to 50% HP before they're even trying to defend. So, yeah, times are rough. Times are rough for them. 40,000 damage for Junkrat, 52,000 for Hanzo. Zagara is at 46,000. Gazlo, he's excelling on the PvE damage. Did tons of siege damage here against them. And well, in the meantime, Core is even nibbled at a bit by catapults, but now the next seed is spawning. I don't really think that it's going to even come to that, because Denmark now has level 20 talents and they are already moving towards the core. They want to end it right here. They're just pushing them back wherever they can, pinning them down in the base, catapults. I mean, Mercenary, there's a double camp at the bottom of the map together with catapults, Siege Giants, Bruiser camp, Spell Aura. They have catapults in the middle, top lane keep. Yes, it's still there, but not for long. They're going for gold, they're going for game. 15 kills to 2. The Ancestral out to save the day. The Farseer's blessing is right there, and they are just struggling. One caught, oh, grab or bomb, and more! Big combo, big wombo, big damage and big kills. Vala, Junkrat, Jojo, and Blaze, they are all dead. And that is game, as the first map goes to Denmark in this best of 3 series. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. We got a highlight coming, guys. How do I know that? Well, we had to restart the draft because Crosby picked Vala again, and she was already played in game number 1 and cannot be played again. And a little rule adjustment that we have for the group stage here, or for the Nations Cup. We have a real highlight coming. Wait for that first pick on the side of Denmark. Now, first of all, this is inexcusable. Banning the Vikings is just a no-go. First of all, you're the Danes. If anybody should pick the Vikings, it's you. So you banning them is just wrong on so many levels, I don't even know what to say. Don't be ashamed of your history. Embrace it. Embrace it. Own up to it. But Stitches got banned, so got the Haka. When Towers of Doom, this is where UK is trying to make a comeback. And then this happened in all its glory. Fresh meat. The Butcher. So, Hogger and Brightwing to counter that, and this is where the misdraft happened, where Crosby picked the wrong hero. But we have a chance for an actual Butcher composition. Diablo gets locked in together with Jim Raynor. So this is what he chooses instead of Vala. And of course now the big question is, are we going to get a Medivh? What are they going to do to try and keep the Butcher alive? What got banned a second later, but I don't know if this is still holding true, because this is where the draft kind of went off script and the game had to be restarted. But they were thinking about banning out Anduin the last time, which is a solid choice, since Anduin can really help you to keep the Butcher alive and just pull the target out when he goes a little bit too deep. But there's still Uther available. Depends a bit on what the other team takes as their damage dealer. But Uther has a solo support, he has a Divine Shield that helps you. What else can you go for here? Rhaegar was already played, so he's out. We still have a few solid choices that they can use, but at the end of the day, it's really just a matter of what do you do to keep the Butcher alive and allow him to stack. Chromie, Leoric. Yeah, you want a Leoric and not a Leorki over here, or it's going to be easy stacking for the Butcher. And here comes the double pick. Let's go. Come on, bring me that double pick. What's the support? Is it a Medivh? Yes, no. They got range damage and they got the Butcher. That's all that you need, boys. Tyrande and Tyrande and Illidan. Okay, this went a little bit off the deep end here. Not only do we get the Butcher, but we also got the Illidonga and Tyrande as the only support. Yeah. Okay, I mean, if the Butcher is playing it safe at the beginning, fair enough. But do the Danes play it safe? I'm not so sure about that. I have questions, a lot of them. Towers of Doom, final pick in game number 2. Muradin, give him the axe. Muradin is in the house. Let's jump into game number 2 between Denmark and the UK. Denmark in the lead and with a big meme draft, as Baby Houdini said in Twitch chat. They draft for the viewers. That might be right, but can they also win with this one? That's the big question. We got Chinatown on Diablo, the Legend on Illidan, Soy Boy on Tyrande, Baby Houdini is looking for meat, and Crosby on Jim Raynor. For the UK, in red, it's Lexa on Chromie, Captain Barney on Leoric, Lucas on Brightwing, Siegfried on Muradin, and Mustard on Hogger. I think I figured the strategy out. So the thought process behind combining Illidan and Butcher is very clearly that you're confusing the other team. You confuse them because they don't know what they should focus. They want to take care of Illidan, but they also need to take the Butcher down to stop him from stacking. So what do they go for first? I mean, it seems like they're going for Tyrande, but everybody is just going ham. And talking about going ham, there's the meat as they take Brightwing down. And nice. The Butcher does not discriminate though. It doesn't matter if it's ham, he even likes chicken. It's all good. As long as we're not talking vegan Butcher. And by the way, I just want to highlight real quickly, look at the skin. Look at the skin. The man has a skin for the Butcher. If you have color coordination on your skin and your mount with the hero, then we all know what's coming is a brutal game. With a couple of dings for Crosby as he's trying to ding it up with his level 1 choice. So he went straight into the veteran marksman over here. Butcher is rotating between lanes for some extra meat. He wants the spicy juices, and he is getting them. Sitting at 40 already. It's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. If they at any point can also, with the help of Illidan, lock in a second kill for him, that would be fantastic. Now that there's a fight breaking out at the bottom of the map, we could see the Butcher join the fun if he comes in from the top. It's a 4 versus 5 now in favor of the UK. The boys are trying to get aggressive, and the Butcher is like, you know what? If you are fighting down there, I'm gonna still rotate over towards the middle and do my thing here. But at the bottom of the map, Chromie, she is trying her best to just keep them at bay. But it's a camp for a camp now. So 52 stacks for the Butcher. He's getting there pretty quickly. Not doing too bad. Off we go again. Big hit as they're jumping deep for more kills. Butcher could join the fun. It's Hogger that dies. And the Butcher is nowhere to be seen. Now, to be honest with you, this is probably the safest way for him to get some free stacking. He doesn't have to participate in the team fights. Doesn't risk dying. Leo can't kill him. And therefore, as long as they let him rotate between the lanes like they currently do, the Brits are going to have a big problem here. So they are going to go from a Brexit to an exit if they are going to continue this. I'm trying to make a Brexit joke and I really can't. They banned Brexit's holdout and I'm going to be a bit salty about this for a long time because this would have been just such a great opportunity. But now that they're going for another one, meat, charge, Brightwing, death, double kill. It's the easiest meat stacks that he ever got. 116 already. He came, he saw, and he gobbled them up. Triple altar phase is coming up now. So here we are, 4 kills to 0, 1 level lead. Leoric is topside, at least getting 1 channel through for them. We have now even sustaining rounds on level 4 for Jimmy, which is actually kind of interesting. I expected the behemoth armor for him. If you're already going stacks, that's normally what we're getting. But the Butcher, he is just... I mean, he's working it. 130 stacks? Looking good, my friend. Looking good. Level 4, Ruthless Onslaught. Unrelenting Pursuit. My bad. But yeah, obviously talent into the Ruthless Onslaught. Yeah. So, they have level 7. They got the lead. They got the Butcher rotating in from the top again. First of all for the minion wave, but if the fight continues at the bottom of the map, I'm sure he's gonna be happy to help them out, so he's already on the way. Can they get Brightwing? They can. I don't think he was in range for the meat, but he's baiting them a little bit here. And here comes the stun and the hit, and Chromie is dead. 157 stacks. I think there's... oh god, this is gonna be a slaughter. I mean, figuratively, literally. The slaughterhouse is going to be ready for the mid-game. Right now, at 162 stacks at the 4-minute mark, I don't think there's a way for the UK to get rid of that. This is not a vegan Butcher. No. He's on a carnivore diet. Peterson would be proud. Baby Houdini on his carnivore diet is going to just push through this, going to the top lane now, trying to make a move there for the next minion wave as the rest of the team is just murdering the bot lane and everybody that is trying to defend it. Chromie is dead again. She should be used to it by now. 7 kills to 0. They're just coming in from every angle. Every approach is fine. Top side with 180 stacks for the Butcher already. Hogger dies at the bottom. 8 kills to 0. Ooh boy. Yeah, this is rough. It looked a little bit like a meme draft, but not only do they make it work, but they make it work well. 2 levels ahead and a level 10 that they will be able to rely upon in just another second. The Butcher, while they're channeling through another altar and dropping the core down to 28 points, is by now at 188 stacks. Getting more as we speak, playing it out with Leo, which Leo should probably not do. Another kill as we have them kill Muradin, and yeah, it's just rough. Seems like Hogger's trying to help Leoric out a little bit. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen for them either. So it's now Hogger against the Butcher, and well, this is the quest completed. So off we go, party time, and Hogger, mistakes were made. Yes, mistakes were made. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there, but once that level 10 was ready, just look at this bad boy. He's slapping them away one hit at a time. He just killed Hogga, which gave them another 10. He's at 210 stacks already. They're pushing through the middle. They already converted the bell tower down at the bottom of the map, and topside the Butcher is just continuing the barrage as he's going for the next, the next bell tower. And he's just chunking it down. Illidan is also here. Leo's dead. He dove deep for that. They want the early barrage. Guys, we might look at a speedrun. We might look at a speedrun here. But Chinatown? No, they denied the perfect game. I mean, honestly, it was already denied by the 4 shots that were fired to the blue team's core. Illidan jumping out, but yeah, this is obviously a bit of a disaster. 6 bell towers to 2. Moving away down here. Obviously, the Butcher doesn't want to go full solo YOLO. That is... no. Well, maybe? Can they? Butcher still getting a few hits. There's the Playmaker. And Brightwing is down, but so is the Butcher. The rest of the team wasn't really interested in helping him out here. Instead, they're trying to go for their own kills. And they're gonna get some, because Leo dropped the Entomb and allowed Diablo to just stun somebody in them. So they used the Entomb to their advantage. And Leo realized that a couple more mistakes were made. So now we're gonna have 12 points removed from the red team's core. The first 6 shots are fired. They're down to 22. And, well, with only 2 defenders, can they go for the middle? They might just be able to. Yeah, Tyrann is now moving down to the bottom of the map. Getting another channel started. Butcher is back up. And, as I said, they could start the barrage. There's the Hyperion. 28,000 damage for Reyna. Top side, they try to retake this. And here comes the Butcher. And the barrage is now starting. The barrage is starting, and somebody of the red team has to destroy the altar at the top, or it's going to be a real problem. Shots are fired, one after another. They're down to 15 points already. Illidan is dead. Tyrande gets caught. Everybody else is jumping out. The core is at 13 points. And then they can finally retake one of those altars, one of those bell towers. We're at 15 to 5. Butcher is still sitting at 210 stacks. Wasn't involved in a team fight where he could grab a few more. They are now making moves for the pumpkins. And the red team is slowly and steadily retaking their side of the map as they're reclaiming the bell tower in the middle. But of course, they've already suffered a lot. They're down to 13 points on the core. It's only half a level between the 2 teams, so at least the kills that they just got helped them to close the gap. That was already pretty important. Butcher sitting at the side, waiting for his cue. Rest of the team is coming in as well. And off we go. Trying to go for Brightwing again. Yeah, but also has to be careful that he doesn't get a Haymaker straight into the death zone. They are trying to get the kill, and they do. Goodbye, Muradin. But he can't get to the meat without dying, so yeah, that's unfortunate. He is going to get this one, though. So that's at least another 10 stacks that he was able to get through this fight. Sitting at 220 now. A few more shots fired as the pumpkins connected. And Illidan is dead again. Illidan is down. Can they go back towards the altar, though? The altar is already spawned, and it's another 5 shots fired. With all of the pumpkins that made it through, it's now down to 10. So this is single digits that we're talking about now. And if for some reason the red team thinks they can contest this, then I'm pretty sure that the Butcher is going to be happy to pick up a few more kills. Interestingly enough, it's Leo in the middle of the map, and yeah, he gets charged, he gets attacked, and he's gonna die. If not to the Butcher, well, apparently Jimmy is not interested in an additional kill. Yeah, well, okay, he goes for it after all. So, that's one. Tyranda's dead too. They can still make a move for Hogga now. Gets stunned, and look at that single target damage. Wall stun is out as well. 230 stacks now for the Butcher. If they get murdered, he's gonna grab up another 10. Illidan is also slowly coming back into the game and is maybe channeling here in the middle, which is going to remove another 5 points, as already mentioned. So we're talking single digits at this point. 37,000 damage for Chromie, 44,000 for Jimmy. The Butcher at only 16,000. He is absolutely excelling on the siege damage, though. I mean, he is crushing these minions. But you've seen his single target damage on heroes, too. And we're still fairly early in the game, 11 minutes in. So now they're trying to get a bit more done here. A bit of a taunt, a bit of a dance. They're going into the next fight. Butcher with another charge, and Brightwing hammered into the ground here. The stun from Hogger for just another moment, but topside is not looking too good. Ults could come out. Butcher can go once again for his ult and is about to. They're burning everything down. They're going for the bell tower. All the heroes, they're just trying to rush away from this one. It's 240 stacks now for the Butcher. He's going to get another 10. No, he doesn't. Murden gets out. Ooh, but Hogger, he's dead. 250. And they have another bell tower. So one more altar is all that they need to win the game. And the next altar phase is going to spawn 3 of them. So 1 is all they need to claim victory. 21 kills to 7. 59 stacks for Jimmy. Brightwing trying to retake the bot lane. But yeah, single target damage is obviously getting nuts here. And there's Illidan as well. It's not only about the Butcher and him getting more and more single target damage out, but it's also about the barrage maybe even starting again. Brightwing at least was able to gain access to the bot lane bell tower and reclaim it. They go for Dibbles and might be able to kill him, but nobody's focusing here. So Duranda is the one to fall. Yeah, Leo could body block. They're all body blocking as Chinatown is trying to get out. Chromie with the damage, and bye Diablo. The channel at the top. Pumpkins making it through the top lane. Down at the bottom, Illidan going for the camp instead of going for the altar. One is channeled, so this one's already removed. Butcher sitting at the side. Pumpkins, as I said, are going to make it through in the second. The fight in the middle continues on the other hand. Illidan! And he gets out! And the Butcher just says, you know what, boys? I'm going to solo the boss. I'm just going to solo the boss. They only have 2 points on the core. That's going to win us the game. Chromie is dead. So is Diablo. But guess what? At the top, he is going to finish that game. This is a victory. Nicely done. The Butcher, VIP, 100% win rate. Just saying. Bit of a dance as well. And a 2-0 victory for Denmark as they take 3rd place in Group D. GG. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.